Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I have this thought in my head, and I just did a team training, and I really wanted almost all of you, a lot of you have stuff going on, and y'all don't think about this stuff right now, but I have to because I'm involved in my small business right now, and I've always wanted to give tips on something that I'm passionate about, and this one is taxes. Hey, Jackie. I really like them. I know it's a pain, and I know there's like all this stuff, especially since it's due tomorrow. Now I can't help you with tomorrow. I can help you with January. So I'm going to show you some quick tips that I use because I'm about to inventory all of my stuff that's going on. But I've shown this before, and I'm using it for my small business, and I am not a tax person. Hi, Anita. Hi, Catherine. Um, I'm not a tax person. I just like math, and I like figuring it out. And that's like last night my AC went out. I like figuring it out. I like going to figure it out and take it apart and figure it out and do it myself. I do have a tax IRS person who like prepares tax returns, and so I ask her a lot of questions. I have a friend that does is a Texas CPA, so I ask a lot of questions, and so this is just how I organize myself. One, and two, I'm going to give you some tips on what I'm using, I guess, right now to help myself stay organized. I know, I really should. I guess I really like it enough where I should, right? I don't, who likes taxes? I mean, I actually do. So I've shown this before with my teacher, one that I do for kids, but I actually use this for my small business, and it's a file for every month. And I will show you my goods as far as this is what I use per month. So if you want a tax sheet per month, just drop in the comments that you want help, and I will send you that sheet. So if you have a business or a side business you want to do, or you know you're going to start a company or whatever that is, this is super helpful. So every month in my folder, I collect receipts for things like I ship. I need things for, envelopes, for inventory, for there's a lot of gray area with that. But the best thing you can say to yourself, because you are a business owner, is take 30% of all your income you make that month, just in case. You're going to have all these deductibles at the end of the year, but you don't want to have to take out of personal expenses to pay for that. Okay, so the rule of thumb right now is everything on your income, take 30%, put it in a bank somewhere by itself. And even if you're like, ooh, I got all this money, you really didn't, because you're going to be paying taxes on it. Hi, guys. Hi, Anna. Hi, Megan. Just really wanted, this is not a quick fix or anything. It's just kind of like a short tidbit of what I'm doing. So on your tax sheet, and if you really want it per month, I have my car stuff, and some of it gets a little bit sketchy, so you might want to take notes, and that's totally fine. Again, I am not a tax expert. I just like asking a lot of questions and figuring stuff out. So on the one I have, I created an income sheet, and of course I'm going to change the title for y'all. This is just for my business. Anything business supplies, you can't write off your whole cell phone unless you have a business cell phone, and it's only for business. Like my brother has his own business phone. It is really only for that. So if you have your own phone, of course I use it for business all the time because I'm always on it. But I can't write it fully off because I'm also on social media, just scrolling around. I'm also, my daughter's playing Roadblocks on hers. So the internet, we can write off part of those, but we can't write off the whole thing. Okay. So I have all of that listed, and it's total expenses. I have your mileage. So if right now I'm about to run to UPS and send out all this cool stuff from a party this weekend. So every time you run to UPS to ship something out, it's mileage. And if you go to the same place, it's the same mileage back and forth to your house. So you can kind of tally that stuff. A lot of it is tedious, I understand, but you got to think long term. At the end of the year, I'm going to have all this income from my 1099 if you're with a direct sales or your own or whatever it is. And then the deductions are what's going to get money kept in your pocket. Okay? So you want to utilize that as much as possible. And I hate when you're at the end of the year and you're scrambling. So now is a time to go back and start with your inventory. If your website on your direct sales is, it has like an Excel sheet. Mine personally does, so that's a benefit of mine. But if you go back and you're looking, some people are like, why do I have to keep inventory when I'm not manufacturing it? It's a great question, because I'm getting and buying stuff from my company, but I'm also getting to write off the shipping and the tax that I pay on it. So that's why it's classified as inventory. Okay, and if I need to explain that to you personally, because I was confused about it for a long time. I was like, I'm double paying. I'm paying when I get it and I buy it, and I'm paying at the end of the year for it. You're really not, because you're writing off the shipping and the tax. So you're not double dipping. It took me a while to get my brain wrapped around that. Anything you get for free. So if you get incentives from your company, for example, my company, at the end of the month, I get a lot of free strips. You have to put that in inventory, because eventually you're going to be getting income on that. Okay. If you got commission off the other ones, that's great. That goes in your 1099. But this one, it's free stuff. So eventually you're going to be getting income off of that, and you have to classify that as inventory. And again, shipping and tax for all of that. So that's why it's really good. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of questions that go along with this. So again, I am not a tax person, and if you have an accountant, they're probably way better to ask about this. But if you just got into a company, your kit you can write off. Mileage is right now, I'm in Texas, so mileage is 0.545 per mile. So you get to write off half a mile every time you go, which is amazing. So if you're always on the go to your vendor events, to any of that, you can write it off. I bought a training online. I really like network marketing, and I was like, I'm just going to really dive deep in, and I bought a training. I can write that off. So there's lots of things that you can write off, but the red flags are what's important. And I think that's worth saying, because if you start saying, oh, my office, and I'm just going to show you my house. I have no shame in my mess right now with my kids. So I should have a wall right here to where this office could be closed off. My office is like right here, like literally right here against my window. It's not even, I would say it's not even 6 feet, like lengthwise. Okay. It's like 5.5 feet. It's like a desk. Okay. But I use this room for other things, so I can't write off the whole space. I can only write off a small percentage. Now, the IRS for small business is not going to draw a lot of red flags to you unless you're writing off the entire space. And they're like, then you write off your whole cell phone bill, and then you write off your whole, you know what I mean, your whole electricity, and then you write off your whole internet. If you're writing all of that off and you're very small and not very profitable, they are going to tag you. Okay. But if you're writing off things, and I'm pretty sure we're both like-minded that we want to do the right thing as far as this and get the max out of our deductions. So you want to write off a small percentage of that room. If it's not behind a closed door, you want to write off a small percentage of your phone, of your internet, those things. And so I have that listed for you on my monthly one. And I also have an Excel sheet that I put in all the sum and the average and all that stuff. I have both of those. So if you want that and you can just tweak it to where it's your company and what you're looking at, I am more than happy to send that to you. Just send me your email or drop it in the comments, and I'll send one right out to you, because I really think this is important. And because it's July, I would make yourself at least a mid-year, okay, a mid-year, to do your inventory, to get kind of set up. If you don't have one of these, I got one of these at Walmart, and it's a file front and back for, January, February's one, and then so on and so forth. So I have a sheet for every month, okay? And you're just printing off 12 a year, and that way by month, you're only looking at certain things. You're looking at your total income versus your total expenses, and that's on your Schedule C. So, for example, one of the last things I'll tell you is, if you have a small business, and let's say your spouse has a small business, if you're married, you want to file jointly, because you're going to get the most bang for your buck out of taxes. So you're going to each file a Schedule C for your business and for his business. That way you're doing the same expenses. And I have pictures of those if you would like those as well, so you know what I'm talking about. But I just want you to be well equipped. So it's past mid-year. In December, you're going to be like, crap, where is all my inventory? Where are my receipts? Where is everything going? And then by January, you're already thinking, great, I still have till March. And then March comes and you're going nuts. So I would rather you get a jump on what's going on. So rule of thumb, just recapping what's going on. If you have your own business, 30% a month of your income that you get. Just put it to the side. Of course, some people will dip into it, try not to, because that's going to save you some time from pulling from other accounts later on, because it will kill you if you're not taking at least 30% out from your business every month. Tracking your mileage, okay, making sure you have some kind of system of putting your receipts, car expenses, if you're doing giveaways, how many you've given away, if you have party supplies, office supplies, all those things, team incentives, just make sure you're keeping track somewhere. And I have a system already. It's not perfect. Yeah, it's like 30% of what you're getting in a check. Yeah, so the whole enchilada. So if it costs you cost and goods, $500 for a job, you're taking 30% of that. So it's basically what you gross. You take 30%. Yeah, you want to make sure you always taking a 30% cut just to be safe. You're not always going to pay all of that, but you really want to be sure. Yeah, after labor and costs. Yeah, so just put everything in one, like mine. Every buy three, get one free, I get about $9 to $10 back. So I take 30% of that. It seems like a crazy cost, but at the end of the year, I want to get as much back as possible. So I am going to completely, every commission check I get, I take 30% of that. Just put it in a bank somewhere. I know it sucks to say, but pretend it doesn't exist. And at the end of the year, hopefully you got a good little nest egg, take out of that, and everything else is yours. All your deductibles will come out. Okay? So if you need anything else about taxes, I have my Excel sheet. It's for the whole year. You can kind of just make a copy of it on Google Drive for yourself and adjust as you please. And then I have a PDF and a Word document for my monthly one. It's not a lot, but I like it because it keeps me on point. It keeps me on track. And it tells me, you know what, I didn't just get a commission check for $500. I only have like $150 to spend out of that on business. You know what I mean? I don't want to always just throw a chunk and go, oh, yay, all this money to spend. You really don't. You really have to watch what you're doing because you are a business owner. You're not working under somebody anymore. So it's really important to get organized. If for labor guy, we make 100. Let me see what you said, Catherine. I can't see it. Oh, wait, there it is. So if you charge 500 to replace a filter, the filter's 300. Okay, so 100 for labor. So we make 100. There's not 30% of that invoice to put. Yeah, so basically any income that you're getting, you just want to take 30%. If that makes sense. And I can talk to you like individually, Catherine, if I'm confusing you, because like any commission check I get from anything, I'm taking 30% out because you have to put that for me, I have to put that as inventory. So if the filter costs 300, right? Your cost, it costs 300, you're upcharging to 500 for labor and everything else, right? So whatever you charge, whatever you're getting back, yes, so from the 100, yes. Whatever is the actual income. Yeah, okay. Yeah, totally. That's what it is. Because your filter, that's your equipment, labor, that's a whole different thing as far as what I'm doing. Yeah, so yeah, for easy math, yep. Okay. So yeah, if you have questions and anything, I can ask my partner that I work with. If you don't want to drop them in the comments, I can always ask. It may take me a little bit because she's super busy, but I can always go ask if you have any kind of like uneasy gray areas, because all this stuff, it's mostly gray and I don't like it gray. I want to know where I'm putting it on my tax form, and there should not be a gray bulk of you're like, And that's the last tip I will give you. On a Schedule C, if you don't know where to put it, there's an other category. It says literally other. Put it over there, and that way you can put it back and it'll subtract it out of your expenses. So if you don't know where it goes, do not try to fit it somewhere. Put it on the other category and it'll subtract out. And if you do TurboTax, that's great. Sometimes it's just a little complicated because there's not someone to walk you through a Schedule C. But if you're really involved in it and you have time, I'm more than happy to walk through what I have with you. For right now, I full on get it. There might be a question that throws me off, just like my cousin Catherine did. You know what I mean? Because I don't have labor and all that kind of stuff in mind. So if there's anything I can help you with tax-wise, I am more than happy to. Again, if you need some real expertise, go to your accountant. Go to H&R Block to ask, ask for an hour of their time, that kind of thing. Have all your receipts in line. Have your spreadsheets, have my spreadsheet, and just tweak it to where it goes with your business. So last but not least, please reach out to me. Send me your email address. I will send you both something on an Excel sheet and a monthly that you can do. I just want y'all set up for success so you're not scrambling in January and then March. And I mean, you could be scrambling tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I just want you to be very prepared as we move through this year and everything going on. So I hope this helps. If it wasn't the best, just reach out to me and let me know what you need and I can answer what I can. All right, y'all have a good day. Bye.